Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Still in my pajamas. I got chili on me, I see. Didn't see it till I started making a video. I done ate 2 or 3 bowls of that chili today, I ain't gonna lie. I've been being lazy and laying around the house. Ain't hit a lick at a snake other than that little bit of cooking this morning. So, a lazy Sunday for me. I don't mind. Got a question to ask me today. Now there's 3 parts to it. Their first question or comment, my response, and then their response, their comment on my response. Now I'm going to read y'all 3 because there's a point to it. It says, what tips do you have for a new female driver just getting into trucking? And please don't tell me to work hard, buy a camera, and get ready to explore. I've already had one driver tell me just that. No help at all. I just want the truth, LOL. I can handle the truth. Thank you in advance. Well, and I commented, and let me expand it some. I said, I don't sugarcoat, so no lame answers from me. Y'all know me, I don't sugarcoat worth a damn. I will make a video in the near future covering this great topic. Here we are. And it is a good topic. One of the few I haven't covered. Surprised me. The most important thing is to be aware of your surroundings. It can be a dangerous career, and the bad guys seek out who they think are the weakest. Be on top of your game. You are entering a male-dominated field, and you will be judged harsher than your co-workers. Be a good communicator with your company and customers. Keep your work record and work history clean. Then they commented back to me, said, thank you so much for your sincere and quick response. You're quite welcome. I truly appreciate it. I will definitely be keeping an eye out for your video. I need to know soon since I have to make a fast decision. Again, thank you and God bless you. The most disturbing thing about all of this, young lady, is you have to make a quick decision. A fast decision in trucking is not always a smart decision. You're not talking about just taking another job. You're talking about a lifestyle. This will change your life forever. It's not a fast decision to be made. I'm sorry. I understand life. I know life can throw you curveballs and make you do stuff that I understand life. At my age, I've been through a little bit of it. Now, first off, I don't want any comments from anybody saying that I'm a sexist because of the way I answer this. Because I'm not. I do answer stuff honestly. And just because it might not be the answer that people want to hear, because it's not politically correct, does not make it untrue. It makes you a sissy that's wrapped up on political correct. Life does not work around political correctness. So, back in the day, and I'll make men mad at me, back in the day when women started really getting into trucking, a lot of the women were better drivers than the men. I've said it before and I'll repeat it. A lot of the women were better drivers than the men. Simply because as a woman coming into a male-dominated career field, they was judged a lot harsher. And you know how mankind is, human beings are. They watch and look for anything that they can criticize, ridicule, make fun of. So a lot of the women had to be better than the men. And they were. Simple fact. I'll tell you something else. It's not just in the trucking field that women are better drivers. If you will watch your snowbirds, you'll see a lot of the women driving them big pickups with the big fifth wheel and stuff behind them. I don't know why, but on the average, despite popular belief, women can and do make better drivers in a lot of cases. And out here in our field, when the women are under a magnifying glass and scrutinized so badly, a lot of the women that figure that out make better drivers. One of the worst things that you can do as a female driver is to come out and start asking for a bunch of help from men. Be proudful, figure out how to make it work on your own. Luckily, a lot of the trailers nowadays are air slide. A lot of the men would have trouble sliding the old tandems, getting that old rod to pull out and stuff. It was a pain. It was a bitch. A lot of times the women just didn't stand a chance because it did take brute force. And although the man might have had trouble with his trailer and just asked someone else for help, if they seen the woman asking for help, they would criticize them. So it wasn't a fair playing field to the women at all. Period. That's just the truth. My first Mountain Dew of the day. And it's getting dark. You also have to watch yourself. I've told everybody that your safety out here depends upon your awareness. And if you act like a victim, people will treat you like a victim and seek you out as a victim. So, in my humble opinion, I can't help but think that a lot of the bad guys that would see a woman alone out here would pick them as a victim, one of the weaker ones. So where I made that comment, I truly meant that. Do your best to not park on the back spot of the truck stop. When you get parked up, don't be running in and out of your truck after dark, especially if you're on the back row. Just common sense safety stuff. Remember, it's an evil world that we live in. That should be concerns that you have in the regular world. You know, when you go to the grocery store or to the mall or whatever you do, you know, you should try to put yourself in a safe environment. We all know that it's a mean, evil world that we live in. So use some common sense for your own safety. Make sure you draw your curtains when you can. There's going to be some of you that take this as offensive. Okay, then don't do it. This lady happened to ask me what I thought about women getting into trucking. So I'm just telling them the truth. Your safety should be number one to you. So if you have to swallow your pride and close them curtains and stuff so the bad guys don't know that there's a woman in there alone, then so be it. And I'm not going to answer any comments about carrying guns and cannons and artillery, and that's your call. That's not me. That's your call. You will literally be scrutinized a lot more than your male counterparts. And you know that happens in a lot of fields, not just trucking. I've watched enough of the different shows on successful women and stuff, and they all say the same thing as in the upper echelon of the workplace all the way down to the lower echelon of the workplace. So that's just, if you're entering into a male-dominated career, much less one that is historically known for being a male-dominated career, then you know damn good and well that you got a rough road to hoe. So, just buck up and get ready for it. It's that simple. The actual driving of the truck and the backing of the truck, anybody can do it in this day and age. It ain't like we got the trucks with no power steering and all that stuff. Back in the day, we had a few that took some brute force to turn them when you was backing in and stuff. We don't have that anymore. The backing of the truck, the driving of the truck, I've seen some pretty small people driving them. So, in my opinion, if you understand it, you can get the rhythm of it and all that stuff, then that shouldn't be a problem. However, the lifestyle, you're not just getting another job, you're getting a lifestyle. And I can't say if women adapt to it better or worse than men. I can tell you that there's a lot of people that living on the road ain't for them. Grandma's one of them. I mean, she's gone out with me and been out there quite a while, and it just wasn't her cup of tea. I know several men that it just wasn't their cup of tea. So it's a lifestyle. And that's where I don't like hearing you say you have to make a fast decision. I understand that. You do need to watch a whole lot of my videos on the trucking. Go to the playlist and go down there to So You Want to Be a Trucker or whatever it's called, and binge watch a lot of them videos. And you'll learn about what kind of a lifestyle it is. It's not the easiest lifestyle there is. Depend upon your circumstances and your personality on if it will be a good fit for you. And that's where my concern comes in for you, for anybody, but particularly you, because you have to make a fast decision. In this day and age, you're going to make the same money as the males. You don't have to worry about that. They start everybody, all these companies, they don't play that sexist thing. They can't with the laws and everything. They're going to pay you the same thing as everybody else gets paid. You don't have to worry about you getting less miles or anything than your male counterparts, because they're going to go by your performance. So if you're getting low mileage, it's because of you. Not because you're a female, but because of you. You're not doing something right. If you find yourself in that position, I'll tell you to do the same thing that I tell the men to do, and that's talk to your dispatcher or whoever and say, what am I doing wrong? What can I do to improve my miles? Are we having a communication problem? Am I not doing something right? And try to find out what's up. Sometimes it's just part of trucking. American Nomad, you've seen him on here. He's recently had a little issue with a slow time in trucking, where all of a sudden they're giving him short runs, which makes for a short paycheck. And he's had to address them on it. There's a couple others on here that's had some issues, and I've told them the same thing, is go talk to your supervisor, whoever it is, the company owner, the dispatcher, whoever's in charge of helping you get miles and trips. Go talk to them and say, what's up, One of them just got comment back from him. I don't know if it was a comment or email. Their company was wanting them to train people for free. Little company, evidently. I don't know that. The way he talked it was. And they was wanting him to take new drivers out and show them the ropes. How much training, I don't know. But they wasn't wanting to pay him no extra. And I gave him the same advice. Go talk to your supervisor, whoever's in charge. They recently gave me feedback and said that they had done that, and their company now is paying them for showing the people the ropes. A lot of times it's a matter of communication. Just go talk to them. I don't know, because I'm a macho man. I don't know what all women have to deal with. I know you have to do a lot of communicating as a truck driver. And I don't know how shippers and receivers talk to women. I find it very hard to believe that they're going to treat you any different than a male driver calling in. I could be wrong. I just don't see it in this day and age. So there really shouldn't be any issues there. The only real issue that I see that a woman could have, and that would be simply that the bad guys would think that you're an easier target to make a victim. And their only common sense and your judgment is going to keep you safe. The men are in a bad situation their own selves at times. So it ain't just the women. Bad guys seek out people that act like a victim. I've said that numerous times, and it's so true. So if you walk around acting like a victim and you're all scared, then somebody's going to sooner or later treat you as a victim. If you're walking around staring down at your cell phone and not paying attention, then you're making yourself a victim. Leave that damn phone alone. If you got to look at it, stay in your truck until you're done looking at it. And then when you get out to walk wherever you're going to walk, pay attention. And that's for men and women. That ain't just women. Be aware of your surroundings. And I just want to emphasize that on the women, because women are known to be the less physical sex. Period. That's how the world looks at it. I've seen some women that could whoop my ass. There wasn't a doubt in my mind, but not the majority of them. Well, the bad guys are going to look at it the same way. So you have to protect yourself from the bad guys. Whatever way you've got to do it. The main one is to be aware of your surroundings, pay attention, carry yourself with a little pride and dignity. Don't act like a victim. Do your job to the best of your ability. And when I say to not ask drivers for help, do your best not to. If you're needing to seek advice, if you really need help like any other driver, then ask accordingly. Most of us are going to be okay with it. Most of us are not sexist, despite what that TV tells you. Most of the men out here is going to be willing to help you. Every career has its bad apples, and you're going to run into some of them. You're going to run into those that's talking their smack and all that. Be smarter than them, When they take the low road, walk away from them, just blow them off, If you're good with little comebacks like I am, well, cut them to the quick with that tongue and go on about it, So, I don't really see any issues with women coming into the field. I really don't. There's more and more of them coming into the field all the time, and they seem to be doing great. The newer drivers are newer drivers, whether male or female. They ain't up to par, in my opinion, which I know that just makes them more mad. Facts are facts. I really don't see a problem with you coming in. I hate it that you have to make such a fast decision. I hope you do realize that it is a lifestyle change. There's another feed another playlist on there, Talking with Truckers, I think I called it, or something like that. Information from truckers, I forget. Go listen to the one where Carlos and I are talking. Go listen to all of them. Matter of fact, because I'm talking to some that are new drivers and whatnot, and all of us are talking about the same thing, and that's that it is simply a whole different lifestyle that they didn't expect. And there's certain kind of people that just ain't good for it. If you suffer from depression a lot or anger issues, you don't like being alone, You know, you have to be the center of attention and always in that group. This might not be the lifestyle for you. So, but go check out some of my other videos. You will find out that I don't sugarcoat. Even if it is not politically correct or sociably acceptable to tell the truth on whatever subject, I go ahead and tell you the truth, and I don't sugarcoat it. So, with that, if you choose to come out, good luck to you. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. Even though you're making a rush decision, it's a decision you're making. Whatever company you go with, I do suggest you to stay with them for 2 years. Just like I tell everybody, it ain't got nothing to do with you being a female or male. You need to stay with them 2 years. You need to keep your driving record as clean as possible. Don't be out there being a hot dog and speeding through the construction zone or through the little town and start racking up tickets. That's not good for you. Be punctual on your job. Do the best job that you can so that you have a good work history. If you put 2 years in with whatever company you start out with, you have a good driving record and you have a good work history, then after 2 years you can start nitpick or cherry picking whatever company you want to go with, and you can get a better job. That's just the short of it. Right now I'm going to get off here. I got to put my phone on charger. I just talked to Carlos. Yeah, and I'm down to 48 on it. So I need to put this on charger for a few minutes. Let it charge up. He was wanting to know if I was doing a live stream, and I probably will here shortly if Grandma don't get up. I hope this answered your question for you. Wrap it all up. Trucking ain't going to be no different for you than the males coming out. There's not a whole lot of macho physical stuff left in it, so strength and all that should not be a problem. So your only concern that I see as a female is if the bad guys think that you're a victim. Don't let yourself be a victim. Be ready for it. With that, y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Hope this helped you. Bye.